So FIFA 22 is now right around the corner and EA have finally gone ahead and released all this year's championship ratings. Let's take a look at them. Guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like. If we get it 400 likes, that would be massively appreciated. Who from your club has EA done dirty this season? Let me know down below. But without any further ado, let's get into looking at these. So I can't lie, so far I've only really had a look into a few of these ratings so far, so most of them are going to be new to me as we go ahead and react to them in today's video. But as we can see here, these are the highest rated players in the championship in FIFA 22, and I mean probably understandably so, the majority of them are going to play for the likes of Fulham, West Brom, Sheffield United and Bournemouth. So Gazaniga and Sam Johnson, the two highest rated players in the championship this season, both 77 rated. Before we have a look into any of the other highest rated players in the league though, I thought we'd have a look in terms of who the players who are like leading in each sort of statistic. So let's have a look in terms of the pace, who are the fastest players in the championship. So coming in as the slowest player in the championship this season is Preston North End's Paul Huntington. I tell you what, we've got a couple of people down there, you know. Danny Bath is down there for Stoke City. Patrick Bauer is also down there with 32 pace. This is going to be the slowest backline of all time with Bauer and Huntington in there with a average pace of 31 at the back. Millwall also have a couple of slow coaches in there with Alex Pearce and Matt Smith, Kyle McFadden and Chris Martin all down there, and Richard Stearman, Sol Bamba. Yeah, you really don't want to be in the 30 pace zone. So let's flip it and have a look into the fastest players in the championship. And okay, so Preston both are at the top and bottom of this statistic. Tom Barkhuizen is coming in as the fastest player in the championship, and I mean I think that's fair enough. Ollie Burke would expect to be up there. Preston, I don't think Maguire is an 87 pace anymore, you know. I think that 2-3 years ago probably, but I think the injuries have definitely slowed him down. I think that EA have probably been quite kind there to give Maguire 87 pace these days. Sariki Dembele, Anthony Robinson I think should definitely be faster than 87 pace. I think that he's pretty rapid from whenever I've seen him as well. I wouldn't put him past him being in the 90s, to be honest. Harry Cornick I also think should be probably faster than 86. He seems absolutely rapid whenever I see him play. Jade Silva, pretty fast off the mark as well. But here are all the fastest players in the championship this season. Let's also take a look into who are the best shooters in the championship. So these are the players all coming in at the bottom of that statistic. A lot of defenders in there, which is to be understandable. Harry Wilson is deemed to have the best shooting in the championship this season by EA, coming in with 78 shooting. I thought that Mitrovic would be a shoo-in for that, to be honest with you, but he's coming in with 76, which is the same as Troy Deeney, who, I mean, a lot of that shooting statistic must be sort of shot power and penalties, because he can absolutely leather them. Wouldn't be surprised if they were both 99. Let's take a look into the best passes in the championship as well. It does also involve goalkeepers on this as well, so we just have to sort of ignore them for the time being. But the best passes in the championship, according to AA, are Robert Snodgrass, Oliver Norwood, Tom Kearney, and Jean-Michel Seri as well, all coming in with 77 passing, which I think is understandable. Obviously, they can all ping a ball. Conor Hurahan also up there, Mario Varancic, John Fleck, John Swift, Matt Grimes, David Brooks, Wilson up there as well. Let's take a look next at the dribbling. Coming in at the bottom once again, Paul Huntington. EA have done Huntington a bit dirty here with these statistics. 33 dribbling. He's going to feel stiff in the new game. But coming in as the best dribbler, and by quite some distance actually, we do have Ovie Ejaria, which I think is fair enough, to be honest with you. The guy dribbles like he's got the ball attached to his foot with a piece of string. He makes it just look so effortless, obviously. Scored a couple of beauties at the weekend against Fulham as well, but I remember watching Ejaria in the flesh a couple of years ago when I went to Reading away, and he just dances his way through plays and things like that. So yeah, that's more than justifiable. Reading's John Swift also up there for dribbling as well. Seri's up there, Kearney, Lewis Cook, Snodgrass as well. A lot of the similar players up here. Zinkernagel, yeah, understandably so. Grady Garner, I think should be a little bit higher up on this list, to be honest with you. I think that if I was to put together a list of like the top 5 dribblers in the league, I think that Diangana would definitely be in there for me. So I bump him up by a rating or 2. Ivan Sanchez can also be really quite silky with the ball at his feet as well. So that's an interesting one. Let's take a look next into the defending statistics. Best defenders in the league according to EA are all playing for Sheffield United actually. So EA are obviously expecting Sheffield United to keep things tight at the back for this season. John Egan and Jack O'Connell both coming in with 76 defending, and then right after that we have Ben Davies in there as well with 75 defending. Final one to go over, the top physical players in the championship. Okay, wow, so I wasn't really expecting that one, but coming in as the most physical player in the championship according to EA, we have Yaku Mate. Obviously we've not seen him in action so far this season for Reading due to injury. After that we have Josh McGuinness coming in there, Ben Pearson, who you would expect to be in there, has probably got 99 aggression again or something similar to that. Yeah, Alexander Mitrovic, Jordan Hugel, Sander Berg, all these players I think we all expect to be in there. Djukovic is up there as well. Only 69 rated for Djukovic this year. I feel like EA have done him a little bit dirty, to be honest with you. Ikpeazu, yeah, understandable, he's up there. Kiefer Moore, Kyle Bartley, Aidan Flint, who I thought would be a little bit higher than that. Another player who I thought would be a little bit higher up in this list as well, who I don't think I've seen here so far, would be Sean Morrison. I thought he'd be right up there in terms of physicality. Lyndon Dykes, understandably so, he's up there as well. Samir Jai, yeah. So let's jump into all these ratings. I think the best way to probably do this will be to do it by position, so we can sort of categorise how EA rate players by positions and things like that, and we'll get a better understanding of sort of who's over and underrated. So coming in as the highest goalkeepers, as we've already seen, Gazaniga and Sam Johnson, and then Olsen joining them as the other goalkeeper for the year. After that, in terms of the other highest rated goalkeepers who are like regular starters for their clubs, Kaminsky coming in with a 73, Bentley up there with a 73 as well, Bryce Samba, Rodak, Bartosz Bilkowski 72. I'd bump him up from that personally. Kept a lot of clean sheets for Millwall last year. I know that he is getting on now, and as soon as, you know, players hit that stage of their career where they get to like the mid-30s and stuff, EA go massive on the downgrades. But yeah, I'd have Bart a little bit higher than that personally. Sonny Dieng could be a little bit higher maybe, down to 72 as well. Daniel Iverson, I know that he didn't have the greatest of starts to the season this time around, but if these ratings are based on last season, then he should definitely be higher rated than 70. He absolutely kept us in some matches last season. Sluga probably should be higher than 69 if it's based on last season as well. He had some good games. Maxwell, there's an argument that after how good he was in League One with Blackpool, he could be a little bit higher than 68 rated there. Bradley Collins should definitely be higher than 68 rated. That's a massive underrating from EA there with that one. Yeah, he's come up with some of the saves of the season so far, hasn't he? Simon Moore, I mean, based on this season, I know that it's not based on that, but he should definitely be higher than 67 rated. In terms of the right backs, Kenny Tete is coming in as the highest rated right back in the league at 75, understandably so. We then got Jayden Bogle, Adam Smith, George Baldock, Maxime Collin. I tell you what, Donald Furlong should be right up there as one of the highest rated, so 72. I feel like EA have done him a little bit dirty with that one, to be completely honest with you. As the centre halves in today's list, it's Sheffield United who are dominating the top 3. Tosin Adarabioyo then coming in, Sean Morrison, Steve Cook, Sean Hutchinson, a lot of the sort of standard names that we probably expect to see in and around the top. Good to see Patrick Bauer rated at a 72 there. Rob Dickey could potentially be higher than a 72, to be honest with you. I think. What's his shoot? He's only got 41 shooting as well, which is an absolute disgrace. That should be well in the 70s with the amount of goals he's scored so far this season. Ben Cabango's got a good upgrade, deservedly so. I'm pretty sure he was a bronze card last year, but he was absolutely brilliant for Swansea last time around. Harry Souttar should be way higher rated than a 70. I feel like EA have done him a little bit dirty there. And Leo Ostergaard as well also should be higher than 70 rated for me after how well he did in that loan spell last time around. Couple players there that EA, I feel like have definitely done a little bit dirty, to be honest with you. Coming in at left back, there's probably not all too many shocks in here, although I do feel like Callum Styles could definitely be higher than a 71 rated after how well he did last season especially. Ryan Giles as well, I mean, that is an absolute travesty that he's only rated 68. He should be considerably higher than that. Let's take a look into the central midfielders. A lot of the parachute teams dominating this one. Sander Berge coming in as the highest rated at 76. We've then obviously got the likes of the John Swifts, the Bradley Dacks, Matt Grimes, Seri. Philip Billing could potentially be pushing on a gold card. I thought he was pretty good, especially in the second half of last season. Alex Moe, I think, should definitely be higher rated than a 73 after how well he did for Barnsley last season. I feel like they've done him a little bit dirty. Good to see Gustav Hamer getting a justifiable upgrade after the last season. He's up to a 73 this season. Stefan Johansson could definitely be higher rated than a 72. Ryan Ledson, deservedly so, getting an upgrade. He was absolutely fantastic for Preston last time around. Christian Bielik only coming in at a 72, obviously. If he had last season fully fit, then he would be considerably higher than that. Martin Peiro coming in as a 72 is interesting. Callum O'Hare also getting a good upgrade. Nice to see that one in there. Let's move on to the left wingers. Grady Diangana coming in as the highest rated left-sided player on the game at 74. A lot of other ones here to be understandable. Scott Sinclair, Villajaria. Onel Hernandez only 71 rated. That's quite the drop off from previous FIFAs, I feel like. Ben Brereton has had, I feel like that's an upgrade from last time. His left winger 71 rated now. Obviously of Chilean now, no longer English on FIFA. Chong only 68 rated. I feel like he could be well higher than that. And oh no! Josh Karoma's only 68 rated on the new FIFA. Come on, I know that he missed, you know, chunks of last season through injury and stuff like that, but come on. He should be well into the 70s by now. I'm not having that. Josh Kromer is a 68 rated player. He should definitely be higher than that. Keane Lewis-Potter should be higher than 67 rated as well. I mean, no doubts about that. Martin could easily be higher than 67 rated as well, with the amount of football he got last season. Yeah, there's a couple dodgy ones in there. I can't lie about that. Let's move on to the right-hand sided players. David Brooks coming in as the highest in that regard, with Zinkernagel, Snodgrass, Bobby Reid, Jed Wallace. Brennan Johnson, 69 rated. I mean, it is an upgrade from last year, but I'd at least be sort of like pushing for him to be like a 70. I really rate him. Ojo, 68, I feel like it's a little bit low. I thought he had some good moments last season. Dolan's had an upgrade. He could even be potentially a little bit higher than that. Then we got a couple Blackpool players in here with CJ Hamilton and Owen Dale. Then for the big one though, let's see how EA rate the strikers in the Championship. So understandably so, and quite rightly, Mitrovic is coming in as the joint highest rated striker, along with Burr's new addition, Andraz Sparar. We then have Troy Deeney and Kiefer Moore. To be honest, I think that Deeney could, I think Deeney should probably be maybe a little bit lower than that, to be honest, based on the other strikers that we've got in the Championship at the moment. Callum Robinson, 73, I think he should be a little bit higher than that. Lucas João, I'd probably have as higher than 73. I know he's out injured at the moment, but he was brilliant at times last season. I have him at least a 74, to be honest with you. Billy Sharp could easily be higher than that. Solanke after the season, he just had to have higher as a 72 as well. I feel like quite a few of these strikers have been a little bit underrated here by EA, to be honest with you. Johnson Clark-Harris, deservedly so, has got that upgrade after a fantastic year last time around in League One. Jamal Lowe's also had a bit of a boost. He's coming up to a 70 this time around. Tyrese Campbell, I mean, that would have been so much. It would have been so much higher, wouldn't it, had he not picked up that injury, but he has been given a little bit of a boost, to be fair to EA with that one, although it could be a little bit higher. Djukovic, I feel like has been done really dirty there, only 69 rated. You're not telling me that Djukovic and Josh McGuinness should be the same rating on this year's FIFA. I'm just not having that whatsoever. Oh, the golden boy Emile Reese only coming in at 67 rated. To be fair, obviously these ratings are based on last season's performances, and based on that, I can understand why they're giving him a 67 there, but yeah, based on this season so far, he should be considerably higher than that. And the exact same can be said for Victor Gyökeres as well. You know, didn't maybe have his greatest of seasons last time around, but so far this season he has been absolutely prolific and definitely should be higher than that. Ikpeazu could easily be higher than that as well. Joel Perreault, I feel like EA done really dirty here, only 65 rated. Yeah, I feel like with strikers they've undervalued quite a few of them here, to be honest with you. There we have it though, guys. Those were my initial reactions to the FIFA 22 Championship ratings. If you'd like to see a more in-depth video, maybe where I go over each Championship club's most underrated player by EA this year, then make sure to leave a like on today's video. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching. If you did go on to enjoy, make sure to leave a like and stay tuned for some regular Championship content. Apart from that, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one.